So, I'm a lawyer now.
It's that easy, boy! You passed the bar exam!
Finally, after 3 cases, you're now officially a lawyer.
Don't tell me. It's a murder, and the trial starts in 10 minutes.
It's a murder, and the trial starts in 10 minutes!
God
Yes! Book tells me everything I need to know about everything.
The only thing she
Never
doesn't
sure.
know is what Kasuma-sama said.
Well, yes, because he didn't say that, so I couldn't write down this book.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Case 4 of the Great Ace Attorney. We're here to talk with Inspector Gregson, who is...
And unveil the mystery of his chin.
Yes, we have to unveil the mystery of his chin now.
He's Patrick Starfish.
Patrick Starfish?
Or Ed from Edda and Eddie.
Who you calling Pinhead?
Inspector, are you perhaps... the Inspector Gregson?
What?
You're acting like you know this man, Mr. Sato, but he's a London detective.
Oh, I do know him. Very well, in fact.
He's in my fanfics.
Very well?
I mean, you're not wrong, Lewis.
You're close, you're close.
Yes, he features prominently in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Did you say Sherlock
Well, there might as well be
Holmes?
fan fiction.
You know what? Whatever. I made a new one. The state of Commandale can't stop me.
Oh, in that publication. What's it called again? Rants magazine? Which is a play on
That's
the
right.
which is a play on the Strand magazine, which is a real thing, I think. Yes.
Inspector Gregson and Mr. Holmes enjoy a wonderful friendly rivalry.
Really? You rival the great Mr. Sholmes? That's incredible.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. Mr. Sholmes is a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with the goods from time to time.
Mr. Holmes is equally complimentary about you, Inspector, isn't he? You've earned his highest praise. Gregson is the pick of a battle lot of the Scotland Yarders. Those were his own words.
That's his highest praise?
You've met him, you know that is his highest praise.
And Mr. Holmes is particularly known for giving compliments, you see.
That he is not, and thanks to that magazine that is now known over London on now. I'm very flustered about it, as you can see.
That's great, isn't it?
I have to admit that to start with, when I was a little, well, flattered by all the attention. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation in the yard went through the roof.
Well, that's wonderful.
No, it is not! There is nothing more sinister than the man on that street. People are always looking at me now, and they're whispering rumors about me under their breath, I'm sure.
Rumors?
Not the angle I thought we were gonna go with. I thought we were gonna go with, yeah, you know, when you're a really popular detective, witnesses don't want to talk to you. But I guess
was a
that's
different
true
time.
too. That's fair. You know what?
Are you quite sure?
He has changed since he started appearing in those stories. The fame's gone to his head, stuff like that.
Has it?
Gosh, do you really think people are saying such mean-spirited things about you?
Like I said, they whisper. I can't exactly catch what they're saying, but I know what the folk are like. I'm sure that's what they're saying. As sure as eggs is eggs.
But are you sure?
As sure as eggs is eggs is eggs.
But what if eggs is chickens?
Well,
What then?
that becomes the intense philosophical debate with which I have no interest in talking to you with.
I get the feeling this detective could be very hard work.
Yeah, perhaps the sudden rise of fame does change people.
And there you are, proving him right.
So, about the case that the Lord Chief Justice mentioned before.
Nothing to tell you, really. As far as we've gone at the yard, it couldn't be simpler.
Oh dear, that probably means that as far as we're concerned as lawyers, it couldn't be more complicated.
I wish you were wrong about that. But I have a nasty feeling you're right.
A young woman was walking along the pavement and by a road when she was stabbed from behind. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal, but she's still laid up in the hospital unconscious.
That's despicable! What's our counterattack a poor woman from behind?
I suppose you would have finished whoever it was off with a Susato takedown, would you?
Not if you got stabbed.
That's neither here than there, Mr. Naruhodo.
Brace yourself, Ryunosuke. You've angered her now.
That you have.
Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. He barely had time for a cup of tea after the incident took place, to be honest.
So, there must have been something left at the scene that led you directly to the culprit?
Or perhaps a reliable witness who recognized the person in question?
Let me stop you right there. You're wasting your time on this one.
Sorry?
There's nothing you need to do. Nothing you can do either. There's no way to help the bloke now.
Why ever not?
Simple. The prosecutor has been assigned to the trial tomorrow. Is Lord Baroque von Zeeks.
Of course. No!
Sounds like you've heard of him then.
Sir, have you been, aware of the trial from yesterday with McGill? Okay, never mind.
I mean, he showed up at the very end of it, but I think he was just there to do something else.
Oh, yes. We're very familiar with Lord Van Zeeks. Believed to be the harbinger of death himself.
The Reaper of the Bailey.
I mean, y'all work for Count Dracula, so...
Lord Baroque Van Zeeks, who we faced in court only yesterday.
Mr. McGill told us about him before the trial, didn't he?
Boy, you're just gonna keep playing McGilded, aren't you? Well, never mind. I guess they won't give you McGilded.
Wait,
Is
is this Susato or is this McGilded?
I think this is McGilded. I do remember McGilded. No, I do remember McGilded saying this to us.
Van Zeek stands for the prosecution. They call the accused as sacrificial lambs.
I do remember that.
And in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned.
So once again, they really want you to keep using the McGilded.
McGilded, he's dead, but also not really.
He's trapped in our flashbacks. This Reaper of the Bailey nickname. I suppose he's earned that because every defendant he advocates against is found guilty. Is that it?
If that's the case, we should inform you, Inspector, that in yesterday's trial against Lord Van Zeeks, Mr. Naruhodo secured a verdict of not guilty.
What of it?
Oh, well, I think... That means even against Reaper of the Bailey, it's not impossible to save the defendant.
Yes, by
No.
cheating.
You really don't have a clue, do you?
What do you mean?
What happened to that bloke at the end, eh? He's dead. Magnus McGilded came a cropper on the omnibus when it went up in flames. So you can't really say you saved the defendant, can you?
What are you saying?
Look, if Van Zeeks can get the dirt to stick on everyone, he'd be a miracle worker. But that's not how it goes. He doesn't work miracles, he works magic. Black magic.
So he's a black mage then?
I mean, he has the outfit for it.
I'd have a good long think about that if I were you.
Are we really supposed to believe that? Sir, you're a detective. Why are you spewing stuff like black magic?
Have you seen his fish and chips? Every time he eats it, it grows right back.
Right, well, I filled you in as requested, and I'm very nearly out of chips.
Since when?
So I'll be heading back to the crime scene now. We can start carrying out a few investigations there.
Look, he's running out of MP.
It was Briar Road, you said, didn't you? Where the incident took place.
That's correct, ma'am. And if you head over to the holding cells, you can meet the criminal himself.
You've branded him a criminal already?
He's as good as shaking himself like a leaf in the cell he is. He'll give you a chuckle if nothing else.
I don't think it's funny, sir, but okay.
He's inmate 53. Speak to the jailer and he'll show you the way.
Inmate 53. Thank you. Bye!
Get eggs and out.
He just disappears. So, there's no helping anyone against the Reaper of the Bailey, they say.
Something troubling you, Mr. Naruhodo? To tell the truth, when I recall the trial yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking. The idea of facing the Reaper in the court again is... Well, if you think it's too much for you, there's no shame in turning the case down. That takes courage, too.
But if the man they've arrested is innocent, you could well imagine he would be shaking like a leaf in a cell.
I mean, the inspector just told you that.
And I, for one, wouldn't find the sight of that funny.
You told us that.
Oh,
If I'm honest, I'm still reeling from the shock of yesterday's events myself. And I'm really not sure if I'll be able to help this man, whoever he is. But I'd like to try. So I think I'm going to make some inquiries. Will you help?
no.
Wow, okay. That's the end of the game, guys.
Roll credits.
Did you really think you had to ask? After all, I'm your judicial assistant.
Thank you. So then, shall we?
Yes, let's go. Ikuzo.
Yeah, let's move. Let's go to the...
Wow, Susato, I didn't know you spoke British.
No, remember that's Russian. Wait, no.
No. Japanese is proper English, remember?
I guess we'll go to the prison first.
Spoken,
We can go either
spoken
way, so.
Japanese is spoken British, and written Russian is written English, right?
19th of February, local prison, cell 9.
We have to be consistent with our LP lore.
So these are British...
Bruce Goodman.
So these are British prison cells.
Don't forget the L6.
Why?
Because Bruce Goodman didn't forget it.
Oh my god, stop!
Oh, the cassie. It feels just like a dungeon.
It is a dungeon!
Welcome to Britain! Yes, and having experienced it in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls. Oh, right! I guess he would have been in a cell during the first case. They just didn't mention. Oh my god, I forgot. That's a thing.
Oh, don't, Mr. Naruhodo. You're making it seem worse.
Apparently, our client is in this cell here. But it's so dark at the back there, I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. Take all the bailiffs, KB.
All right.
Or Fido can take it. I don't know.
I'll take it. Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you. Stop hiding in the back of the cell and show your face at once.
Am I a cat? As yet with no name? Calling me by a number. It's utterly, unbelievably, unjustly, unreasonable. I refuse to answer.
You just answered.
Okay, prisoner 24601.
Stop with the numbers.
Mr.
Meow?
Naruhodo, what?
Should I
What do you
meow?
think is going on there?
Go meow.
He said, am I a cat? Or she, I don't know.
I have no idea, but I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That tirade of complaints was in Japanese. That does not look like a cat.
Meow meow.
Excuse me, but... Shh! Quiet! They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching,
Cats?
listening, Even now, I can sense it. Sir? Right. So could I ask? There you are! You come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it. You're a ghost. A ghost? Sir, are you okay? Holy crap.
I think it's obvious he's not.
You mean you know him, prisoner-san? Are you
Prisoner son.
Japanese by any chance?
This is beyond my wildest dreams.
We should go.
These dreams are very low.
Forgive me for that outburst before. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine. We were just a little surprised, that's all. Imagine it! It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am, in a frightful fix in a foreign land. Sorry, what?
I'm trying to imagine being somewhere else right now.
So hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was a most monumentally moving moment.
I love this guy.
This guy's
You know,
so
in
good.
case you forgot, this game was an anime. I know you've had a lot of murder, but let's just all very casually remind you, this game is still an anime.
It's
Look, I
Japan.
love his amazing alliteration, always.
Who could have guessed that this new client Lord Strongheart's assigned to us would turn out to be a fellow Japanese? Ah, what compassion my fellow countrymen show! To dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student!
Oh, I have
Noble,
some bad news for
nurturing,
you.
never failing Nippon!
Okay, so he's also a fan of the Ginyu Force.
He's a student?
He is a student.
Oh.
A first-class lawyer? Oh dear. I think
No one
been
tell him
some-
anything!
I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here.
I wonder, would you be so kind to tell us what's happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example.
Yes, I can! I will! Shan't stay sullen and silent! I think he's a joke.
Okay, you cheated a little there at the ends, but
Do you think?
Oh, well, that's fine.
Do you think he'd be a JoJo fan?
yes. I mean, McGilded was one too, technically. He did
No, this man is going full-on Ginyu Force posing.
I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but he seems happy.
Yes, he does. I just hope he actually has a good reason to be. Thank you.
No.
Thank you for your cooperation. I am a lawyer, as you said. My name is Ryanosuke Naruhodo.
And I am Naruhodo-san's judicial assistant, Susato Mikatoba.
I am a visiting student sent here by our government. Notoriously named Natsume! Soseki Natsume. Would you like to see my armband, sir?
Give us an alliteration about it.
Yes! The symbol for one of our greatest Empire first-rate lawyers! Which means, of course, you shall stand by my side! You'll defend me! Oh, no, sorry, that wasn't why I was showing it to you. Then why else would you show me that? Oops. In hindsight, that probably wasn't the best idea. No, it was a great idea.
So his design does
taking-
look
what
reminiscent of a JoJo character, but his
I need
posing
you
is
to
Ginyu
know that
Force.
this
He's a
pose...
fusion.
Yeah?
I need you to know that this pose and this face... Alright. It looks like he's taking a shit.
Okay, I thought I was the only one thinking that. Thank you.
Okay, alright.
Soseki Natsume-san? What an unusual name. Call me Soseki, please. I am a poet, you see. A writer of haiku. Also, this pose that he has right now, if you actually look up Natsume Soseki, the person, that is the signature pose for Natsume.
So the real Natsume Soseki
this-
was a JoJo character.
Yes, I guess so. It's something of a nom de plume. A nom de plume? You mean an alias?
Wait. In the first case, we established you don't know how to read French, Naruhodo. How do you know this French word now?
He spent a lot of days on that boat.
He was supposed to be studying law, not French.
He was studying many things. Maybe he needed to learn French for law. You don't know.
Yeah, we didn't get to see the study montage. Okay, he could have studied anything.
Damn it.
God, Susanoo gave him a break, and the break was to study French.
That's right, Naruhodo-san.
No, don't be so prosaic. It's much more refined than that. And haiku? That really reminds me of home.
You say that you are a visiting student sent here over by our government?
Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this! It's beyond the pale! Suffer that misery? Did you not want to study here? No, I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course. Oh. But just because the government tells you to do something, does it mean you can do it? No!
What do you mean?
If they told me to study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language.
Oh, you poor soul.
Unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable.
Okay, I feel very bad for him now.
I see. He must like Shakespeare.
Yes.
Only the other day, I was told to send a report about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words of whitewashy. You must. Oh.
Be a...
I'm sorry. I thought it was Naruhodo saying things again.
Makes it feel any better. I almost wrote Naruhodo's lines earlier, so.
He must be a man of great standing.
Oh yes, so I'm often told, and often like.
By
to
who?
be
The
told.
other prisoners?
And often like to be told, it seems. I love his eyes are so funky though. He's got like these
Yeah.
squiggles inside his iris.
I like his eyebrows.
They're intense. They're like really
Could you
sketchy.
Could you perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Soseki-kun?
I didn't do it. I didn't commit that atrocious murder.
Murder?
Oh, no, it's all right. The woman didn't actually die, did she? But she was stabbed with a knife right before my eyes. Right before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker? I didn't see anyone. What? If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here?
Dear, it seems this case is becoming rather complicated.
I mean, she did call it.
Why me?
Yes, I did.
Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me? It's the curse of London. It's incredibly, inexcusably, irritably inconvenient. So Soseki-san was there at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker.
Might you let me find out more about the case?
I also like Soseki's theme. Also, honestly, everyone's theme in this is great.
Yeah.
It was an accursed evening, just after the snow had started to clear and heavy with fog. I'd been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings. Sure the bookshop wasn't accursed too? As I was
books there.
As I was walking, what is this, Page Master now?
Yes.
As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman, wearing a green overcoat, she was. And just as I went to overtake her... she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slab of stone at my feet.
That's Professor Layton character.
How terrible.
We're watching him have a panic attack in real time right now.
I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard. Slight
Are you pondering an invisible orb? Like,
He's had too much coffee.
or tea? Slight exaggeration there, perhaps. I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran as fast as my legs could carry me back to my accursed lodgings. That's not good. They'll say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that.
Tell me, Soseki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours?
Don't be ridiculous! Do you think I know any of these fair-haired English? And a young woman at that! I'm diffident, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people! This guy's a mood.
Yeah.
I see.
Why am I in prison?
A young
Why
woman.
are we all in prison?
Capitalism.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
checks
you
out.
got me there.
A young woman, unknown to Soseki-san. And at the time it happened, who else did you see nearby? Did anybody pass you?
Okay, can I just hold up for a moment?
Yeah?
Earlier, Susato called him Soseki-kun, and then she changed to Soseki-san. Is there a reason for that?
I don't remember her saying Kun.
She said kun earlier.
I don't remember seeing it in the text.
I read it, so I know it was there.
I guess we're just gonna scroll all the way up.
I don't know how far back you're talking here,
It's
so
pretty far back, unfortunately, at this point.
I don't remember that, but okay. Yeah, it doesn't even go that far back anyway. Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I did see a soul, and I'm pretty sure Soseki's older than all of them, so...
Yeah, I know, that's why I was
What?
confused. Anyways, to Taisa, who is editing the video right now, go check that. Prove KV is insane.
Flashback.
Could you perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Soseki-kun? Could you perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Soseki-kun?
He's 33, yeah, I'll good. Okay.
Well, the victim was unknown to you, and there was nobody else on the street at the time. That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it?
Huh? What conundrum?
There's no other person that could have done it!
Yeah,
Ryunosuke, come on!
Ryunosuke, are you sure you're a lawyer?
nope, I don't know myself. What do you mean,
He doesn't know if he's a
Susato-san?
lawyer.
What's the conundrum?
Well, if what Soseki-san just told is true, there's something I can't explain. He says that he didn't know the victim, and that there was no one else at the scene. Then he apparently fled without having been seen.
I did! But if that's the case, surely this man has to be the culprit. Ah! You! What did you just say? Or thought, apparently? Nothing. I didn't say anything. Oops. Perhaps I thought that a little loudly.
Oh, okay, so Naruto just thinks too loud. That's why people can read his mind.
Yeah, it's actually been confirmed in one of, like, the DLC. It's like a side episode. It's not in the main game, but it's been confirmed that he sometimes speaks what he's thinking.
Oh.
He has a tendency to speak out his thoughts.
At this point, we might as well assume that parentheses isn't him thinking it as it is him muttering it to himself.
If he's not
Okay.
muttering it, it's just written all over his face. I usually just assume it's just written all over his face what he's thinking. That's easy. That he's an easy read.
Actually, that's
The
not
other
what,
characters can read the script. Got it.
actually, that's not what was troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Soseki-san actually come to be arrested?
Yeah, because he said he fled with no one seeing him.
Yeah.
He didn't touch the victim, and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place?
Oh, yes. She's right. It was him! That accursed great detective! He led the police to me!
Oh no.
Of all the bad luck! Accursed great detective? Could it be? I shall never forget that man's name as long as I live! With his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness! Brash,
Oh, no.
big-headed, busybody, be gone! May you curse unto the end of your days, hairlock Sholmes! I knew it. Of course.
Well, how many people have you almost gotten killed because of your incompetence?
Mr. Sholmes.
I love it.
Airlock
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 Sholmes.
Sholmes, I love it. Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips, that's for sure. It was the morning after that nightmare had unfolded on the pavement before me. I was gnawing on a sliver of hard cheese when some men suddenly burst through the door. They started shouting at me, "This is the police! Put the weapon down!" Yes, it was a thin sliver, and yes, it was hard, but I wasn't eating a weapon!
think they might have
Disgusting
meant the
dietary
knife.
discrimination devils!
Or the fork.
Well, surely it's a weapon to those lactose intolerant.
Oh, you know what? That's
Yeah,
fair.
you're right. You clearly had a trying morning yesterday. And there he was, in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. That Airlock Sholmes. It's actually just Herlock Sholmes. He's English. I've since found out that he's a famous name in detection here in London.
Yes, the K detective is really well known. Really very well known.
And his overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts, apparently. He thinks I'm the knife-wielding madman. Me? This weak, stooped kitten of a man?
Hey, you said it, not me.
I wonder what great deduction process led him to this conclusion this time.
You mean to say that Mr. Sholmes' detection was the only reason the police arrested you? That would be really most unreasonable.
Well, the thing is, I was thrown into a panic when they barged their way in.
Of course you were. That's only natural.
I was
punched one,
terrified
didn't I?
and trembling, and they kept throwing questions after questions at me in impossible English. Fiendish foreign film flabbery.
Why did Naruhodo get chosen for this guy's study? He seems like he would have been better qualified.
Well, we are in England. You can't really blame them for questioning you in English. Good point, good point. But my mind went blank. I knew I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I just kept repeating things like, "Yes, I do, and I'm fine." What are you, Apollo Justice now? The next thing I knew, I was in manacles, and before I knew it, I was thrown in here.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's hardly surprising.
I'm fine? He's not fine now. Thank you for your observation, Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo Esquire!
What?
Oh,
Here we go.
you can just call me Naruhodo, and when we're speaking English, a simple mister is more than enough. Oh, yes, alright, yes, they've really got to me. This country is poisoning my mind.
Hey, Lewis, what you didn't know is that while Naruhodo is Phoenix's ancestor, he's also Cody Hackins' ancestor.
Oh no!
But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You'll do it, won't you? Well, why? Why? Why is it so hard to say yes to me? Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself, on a study tour. A student! I have defended a case in the Old Bailey. Only the one, though. But at this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice in this country even means.
That helped us, son.
I'm not even the foreign student who was supposed to be here. I'm a sort of locum lawyer, I suppose. But that armband! That's the mark of a defense lawyer from our great empire! It's a keepsake from the man who should have been here. He was my best friend. A keepsake? Did we ever examine the armband? I don't think we did.
I don't think we did either.
We could look at it before we end this because, well, as soon as Soseki's done talking, I know exactly what they're saying about me.
Who do you mean?
The lawyers! All the British defense lawyers! They won't defend me!
Goodness, why do you say that?
For the same reason as you noted before. When it happened, there was only the victim and myself around, and I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm not a fool. I know it looks as though I must be the culprit. It must be very hard for you, Soseki-san. And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them. Someone not to be trusted. I heard them openly laugh about me before, in my earshot, without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said, and of course the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway. That's awful. They're wrong! I've studied more English than half of the policemen out there on the streets! You know what? I can believe that. I've traveled halfway around the world to learn about these people's country and its great history. But no one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. So, at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue. You could do it, couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through. So, Seki-san, it's just that... Give me a little time, please. Huh? I'll do what I can for the time being. What do you mean?
We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. If we can find some clues, it'll give us a much better chance, I'm sure.
Oh, yes! Thank you! I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you! Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! Holy shit.
Need to be going then, Naruhodo-san.
Holy shit, that's a title.
We have a case to prepare for.
Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Yep.
The reputable locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
There we go again.
These are the scales of justice. They're a symbol of the defense, aren't they?
Yes, that's right. The scales are a symbol of fairness to show us all are treated equally.
To show that KV can't speak English, period.
The scales are a symbol of fairness to show that all are treated equally in the eyes of the law. And they're a warning to those who enter the courtroom without an impartial mind.
But if they're the mark of the defense, it would be more auspicious if they were weighing more heavily on the not guilty side, I think.
And proving the whole thing wrong. Good job.
Very impartial, I'm sure.
So, that's in there.
Yep, that's his name.
The lawyer's name is embroidered on the inside here. Look. Kazuma Asogi. This was his band, of course.
And his heart set on the study tour in Great Britain.
I'm sure he would have found the truth he longed for here. But he lost his life before he even had the chance to see the place.
Such a strong sense of his hopes and dreams when I look at the armband, though.
So, like, it's a subtle thing. I think the armband's actually a little bit bigger on Naruhodo, so that's why he has an animation.
Has to adjust it.
He has an animation where he has to keep adjusting it. But anyway, we're done for now because we're out of time. So we're gonna go to the crime scene in the next video. We'll see you all then.
Bye, mustache guy.